Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson, and you are watching Reality Survival. Today, we are going to take a look at some pretty sweet tactical gloves. These are from Ironclad. Now, Ironclad is a glove company, and they make a full line of different types of gloves. They make construction gloves, they make like welding gloves, they make like motorsports, camping, hiking, hunting, cold weather, oil derrick or oil riggers gloves. I mean, you name it. I think they've got like 40 different kinds of job specific gloves. Now, they sent me out 3 of these to take a look at, and I haven't worked a whole lot with these, and I'll definitely do some more videos on these later and kind of show you some of these out at the range and stuff, because these are essentially their tactical line, which is kind of a shooting kind of glove. But these Exo Tactical M-Pact gloves are the ones that I've spent the most time with, and man, I'm telling you what, I really like these gloves a lot. I've had them for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and I've used them several times just kind of on jobs around the house and stuff like that. And what I can tell you is that these would be the perfect kind of gloves to put like in a bug out bag or a get home bag or something along those lines. And the reason I say that is because they've got really good kind of protection along the back side of it, for punching and hitting and your stuff hitting your hand or whatever the case may be. It's actually going to give you a lot of protection. But they do kind of keep the trigger finger without a little bit of padding on there, so you can fit it into the trigger well of even really small guns. So that is great, and I think that having a good set of tactical style gloves like this is something that is really overlooked in a lot of kits, survival kits, preparedness kits, and all that kind of stuff. It really helps to provide for your personal protection and safety, and it keeps you from getting small injuries that in a grid down situation can turn into a big deal. So it's important to have a good set of gloves. So these gloves came with a nice little Nebo. It's like a 50 lumen flashlight. Pretty cool. It's not. I mean, it's just a 50 lumen flashlight. It is what it is. But it's kind of nice, and I think let's see, 2 of these, the Tactical Operator Grip and the Exo Tactical M-Pact, both came with those little flashlights. The grip set of gloves, again, I haven't used these as much, but are really cool. I think that these are a comparable kind of line to like a mechanics glove. This one would be kind of similar to like the mechanics M-Pact. I think those are probably like the main competitors that they're dealing with. But this set is made specifically for folks who do a lot with maybe small parts or pieces. They need to have a really good grip or whatever. And this has got like a rubberized silicone that's on the goatskin leather, and man, I tell you what, it really grips well. I could actually even read with I was flipping through like the catalog of a Cabela's magazine, and it was working perfectly. So for fine little tasks and stuff like that, this glove works great. Now, these don't have the same amount of protection, but there is some padding and stuff back here. But again, like I said, each glove is kind of specifically tailored, for a specific purpose. So this is the Tactical Operator Pro. It's just pretty much the basic glove. You've got the goatskin palm, and then you've got the other materials here. You do have on pretty much all their gloves, you've got like a terry cloth, kind of a sweat wipe right here that you can kind of wipe across your forehead, which is actually pretty nice. All the ones that I have so far also have the Velcro opening. This one's got a little tab on here that you could hang like on a little carabiner or a little S-clip or something like that. And then these other ones have got kind of a cuff pull where you can kind of get a good hold, on that and kind of pull them on. And that actually seems to work pretty well when you're doing that. So the other thing on these gloves, on these M-Pact gloves, well, the other thing I like about them is the stitching is double stitching pretty much everywhere that they can have it. You know, it's got some good protection on the base of your fingers here and at your palms, and then it's got this kind of exoskeleton, which I think they've partnered with Vibram to actually make these, you know, the ones that make boot soles. So that's pretty cool. But again, the quality of them is just really high for the money. I mean, I think that you're paying about $15 to $30 depending on the set that you get for each one of these. And you know, that's a pretty good price, because like I said, I think they're well constructed, and I think they're going to work out, you know, pretty well in the long run. Now, one thing about these gloves that that they can say that not a lot of other gloves can say is that they're actually made to be 100% machine washable. Now, all the materials that they use and everything in there, they don't stretch and they don't shrink when you machine wash them. And they even say in some of their manufacturer videos that they prefer that you do wash them regularly, and that will help keep them in good shape. Now, when they sent these to me, they basically said, hey, what size do you need? Here is a sizing guide. Take a look at it and let us know which one is going to work. And it was over the computer, and I'm like, how in the world is this going to work? But basically, you put it into a kind of full screen mode, and you check out the size of your glove, and all three of these fit my hand perfectly. I mean, the sizing guide really makes a huge difference, and you can see that there isn't, you know, a bunch of extra space at the end of these. You know, they just really, they fit like a glove. Okay, I couldn't help that. But they actually do, and they're some of the most comfortable gloves that I've worn, and some of the most best fitting gloves that I've worn. I've been on 5 different deployments with the Air Force, and used, you know, tactical type gloves like this since 2000. So for the last 16 years I've worked with a lot of different types of gloves, and these to me seem every bit as good and better than all the ones that I've used so far. Now, this is kind of a quick look video. This is my first initial impressions. I've only used them for a couple weeks. I do plan on doing a follow-up video with these out on the range and actually showing you, you know, how well they work with shooting and all that kind of stuff. I'm getting ready to move, and I haven't had the opportunity to get to a range. It's like a 2.5 hour drive for me to get out there, so I will do that in the future. Hopefully I will have a range in my backyard when I move out to Wyoming, which would be great. But as you can see in some of this footage that I'm rolling over the top here, you know, all the basic functions that you need to be able to do as far as dexterity and all that kind of stuff, these gloves are hitting the mark. They're doing very well on it. They're not getting in my way. I don't have to take them off to reload. I'm even able to reload with this tiny little 22 short ammo in this little Bobcat, and you know, with the gloves on. So that tells you the kind of dexterity and comfort and fit that these gloves have. It's just really well situated for doing these types of tasks, and that's the intended use. You know, these particular gloves are not made to be, you know, out on the ranch, you know, shoveling and all that kind of stuff, long-term heavy duty, you know, durability, but they will work. As you can see, they do work for some of those kinds of tasks, you know, if it wasn't something that you're doing all the time or whatever. So they're really nice, and I think they're also very affordable. Okay, so these gloves are designed and engineered here in the United States. The company is a US-based company, but they do send them out to China to be made, which that isn't the greatest, but what company doesn't do that with textile products nowadays? It's almost impossible to find in the United States, it seems like. As far as ratings go, I'm gonna, you know, on fit and comfort, I'm gonna give these 5 out of 5 stars. They are very comfortable and they fit very, very well. As far as dexterity goes, I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 5. Again, I have no issues with that whatsoever. As far as protection, I'll give these 5 out of 5, and then these two I'm probably going to give them like a 3 or a 4, because they don't have any on there, but they're not actually intended to have that. So and I have to keep that in mind. And then as far as durability goes, so far these are doing great. I'm going to give them a 4 out of 5 on durability, only because if I compare them to like an all leather work glove, they're probably not going to last that long, but for their intended use, they are gonna last a long time. And then these I would probably, you know, also put at like a 3 to 4, just because again, the same thing that I basically said with these. But overall, I mean, these gloves are very, very good for their intended use, for all around kind of use, for like a bug out bag, for a, you know, any kind of survival kit or get home bag or anything like that. These are going to be perfect. They're good for cutting tasks, you know, they're good for getting fire started, stuff like that. Definitely could be able to use, you know, with shooting and guns and those kinds of things. I mean, they're just a really good all-around survival type glove. So I think they're pretty sweet. I'd like to, you know, send you guys over to Ironclad's website. If you guys could visit their website by clicking the link in the description below, that would be awesome. That always helps me out, lets the advertisers, the people who send their products out to me, know that you're actually going to their site and stuff like that. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, again, I think they're definitely worth a look. You know, if you guys have overlooked this in your bug out bag, if you don't have a good set of gloves in your bug out bag, you know, then check them out, because they're definitely going to work well for you. Alright guys, as always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys.